The newest update to Masters released its newest selection pack, Advance of Great Forces. With it comes some new and exciting cards to my favorite alt format, NR. Today, I'll showcase all the new NR format cards, their possible uses, and my genuine first reaction to them. My name is Doc Conrad Yugioh, and if you like this kind of content, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe for more NR content and all other things Yu-Gi-Oh related. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone else watching, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. That's right, we've got not one, not two, not three, but 4 new packs to take a look at, as well as legacy pack card updates, and so much more. Let's go ahead and take a look at what this major update after the world's ban list has happened, and see what we have in store for us now. Alright, and now we finally get a chance to see what we've got coming. Alright, let's go ahead and see here. 2025 season commencement, a free Advance of Great Forces pack ticket. I will take a look at the odds, and I can only draw a pack. So I have to go ahead and take a look at the new pack early. Oh god. Oh god, and I got something good. No, this is my nightmare. This is not how it's supposed to happen. I'm gonna close my eyes, click skip. I'm gonna click skip. I'm gonna hit OK. Come on, move. Okay, I only saw OK. All right, I did not see any of the cards we just received, so that's good. Legitimately, I had to cover my eyes for that. All right, so what we got now? Notice we have the new Duelist Cup coming out this year. Some important things for that. First stage happening September 17th. Whoa, okay. Alright, that's relatively soon. Some new accessories as well for the Ancient Gears. Final Gesture. Excuse me. Final Gesture, Forest of the Trap Tricks, and Ragnaraika Stag Sovereign. Okay, so there's a few things that I'm hopeful for. One, I'm hopeful for some of the links and illusion support we received all the way back in... Oh my goodness, what was that set called? The Duel set. I'm hoping for some of that. I'm hoping for some of the Ragnaraika links. Possibly. We have a number of new things, including secret packs, Adventure of Mystical Etchlings, including mixing the Generator and Runic cards. Really cool. New World Replete with Joy. Great stuff. Lots of stuff. I'm guessing it's going to be mostly Vanadium, Visa stuff. Oh, no things added to Shot Through Fiction, including Borland, Boral Code, all these different cards. That's cool. Mother Nature's Snare has been updated. Seedling Solfae. All these different cards. Very cool stuff. New cards of both Advance of Great Forces and Aim for the Stars. I believe Aim for the Stars is a reprint pack, which I thought at first wasn't going to be as cool and as interesting, but I really like how you can spend your gems in a way that will get you specific cards in those kind of packs. That's really cool. And then finally we have new solo modes, mobile weapons on the field of battle in the Alliance of Justice Gate. And we have some new things involving Repair Genix Controller in PvE. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the shop overall. All right. Sounds perfect. Oh, man. All right. Ooh, Ragnaraika, the Evil Seed icon as well. New stuff. Really cool. Let's go ahead and take a look first at the accessories, including Forest of the Trap Tricks. Okay. All right. They befuddle victim after victim through a lure of their unique traps. Okay. Interesting. Ragnaraikas. The field stuff for the Ragnaraikas look cool. God. The Ragnaraika as a concept, really nice, really cool. I have liked, personally, in MD, I had Plant Link built already, so maybe I can update that a little bit with the Ragnaraika stuff. Who knows? And I'm hoping that some of the Ragnaraika stuff is in an R format as well. Speaking of, let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. Or do we want to go ahead and stall a bit? Let's stall a bit. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go and open up some new free packs. New World Replete with Joy. We've got some Vsauce cards, Vicious Astrolaud. Well, we got some in here. We've got the Veda cards for some reason. Some other fairy stuff. Cupid. The Cupids in here for some reason. Okay. Well, Vanadium. Alright, that's fine. And then we've got the Runic stuff and the Generator cards. All these weren't in secret packs, I don't think. Was there? I don't know if there was in a secret pack itself earlier, but this makes sense. I like this a lot. Aim for the Stars is mostly meant to be about a power increase to the format as a whole. Okay, Bestials, Dragon Link, Labyrinth. This seems nice. This seems real nice, y'all. Glad they're gonna have some plant stuff in here included to go alongside with the plant decks. Really looking after Jess. And I believe Jess is gonna go ahead and love this pack right here. Advance of Great Forces. Let me to read. An army from days of yore is on the march. Ancient Gear has been majorly reinforced with the arrival of Ancient Gear Dark Golem. God, that fucking Enlightenment Dragon looks so cool. Lightsworn executes justice with Enlightenment Dragon. Gen X reduces all things not through arms of Gen X Return 0. I like this card synchro as a generic 10 with darks. Really cool. And Aroma gained the power of fusion. In addition, look out for the abominable new force Ragnaraika with its mastery of repeated link summoning. Strike the winning blow with well-developed strategies and overwhelming power. Now, here's how this is going to go. Cards included in this pack. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to around there. Yep. We're going to go ahead and take a look here, and you know how I can tell this is a new card? It's through this way. You'll be able to see that it's a new card by stating implemented at and then the date. You can go ahead and take a look at that. I know I can go up here. I know I can hit N. I know I can hit R. I know I can hit newly added cards, but this adds to the excitement and the overall... lets me talk about each individual card as it pops up. So if you want to go ahead and take a look at that, I know some people have complained about it before. I don't care. Now then, let's go ahead and get things started. Ancient Gear Advance, yep. Ragnaraika Bloom. Yes. Yes. New generic Link 2 for reptiles, Haggard Lizardoids. This has been experimented with as a TCG exclusive for a while, and I really like this card. I'm so glad that we have access to it in our format. New extra deck types, new extra deck monsters. Ooh, gimme. I love it. I love it. So generic. Essentially a new form of cross sheep with the way that you're able to utilize that. Getting monsters into the graveyard is a very difficult process, and having those cards be a reptile link too may be something good with some of the other Ragnaraika cards. Who knows? Who knows? Gen X Ally Axel. Paralalis, Empress of Blossom, Circle of the Fairies, Ancient Gear Howitzer, Ancient Gear Golem, Raiko, Minerva, Ancient Gear Box, yep, Aroma H Bergamot, Angelica, we are not getting a lot of okay. Our Gen X Undyne. Once per turn, you can banish one Gen X monster from your graveyard. This card gains that monster's attribute. Then if you banish a tuner, activate this effect, you can treat this card as a tuner until the end of this turn. If you control a Gen X Synchro monster, you can target 2 Gen X monsters in your graveyard, including this card, add them to your hand. Also, next this turn, any card sent to your graveyard is banished instead. So this is a really good Gen X card. There's no denying that. It is hard to say if this will be utilized at all. But yeah, no, I think that this is a good card to go ahead and have. I literally love water extenders overall, but this requires there to be set up with banishes. I don't know how often it's going to be utilized in C play unless we have other Gen X monsters we can utilize. Ancient Gear Tanker. This card, normal special summon Ancient Gear monster from your hand except itself, ignoring its summoning conditions, or if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon from your graveyard instead. You can target one face-up monster you control, destroy it, and for the rest of the turn, all monsters that are Ancient Gear Golem or mention it gain 600 attack. You can only use each effect of Ancient Gear Tanker once per turn. This turns Ancient Gear Earth Machine cards into something that could be useful. We, of course, as you saw earlier, we have the original Ancient Gear Golem. We have some other Ancient Gear monsters, but not too many. I like it. I really like it a lot. I'm glad that we're able to utilize this in some new jank OTK ways. That seems fun. Samurai Beetle. Ooh, Samurai Beetle. Okay, so we're probably going to get Samurai Beetle, and we're probably going to get the Lizard. We are not going to get the Butterfly. We saw that already. So we're probably going to get 2 monsters and maybe a spell trap. Probably a trap. But okay. Probably we're gonna get the Icarus attack. Especially in this card by placing one of your banished insect, plant, or reptile monsters on the bottom of your main deck. So you can't use this with Haggard Lizardoids because Haggard Lizardoids is the bottom of your is going to on the extra deck, and you can't choose that, I believe. We'll have to see. This card's in your graveyards for material of Ragnarika Link. You can target one level 4 lower insect, plant, reptile from your graveyard except itself, special summon defense position. I don't know if we're going to have any Ragnarika Links. If we've already seen the few that I can see right there, I'm pretty sure we won't, which is very unfortunate, but we will see. Gen X controller. Okay. Aroma Blend. Discard 1 card, place 1 Humid Winds, Dried Winds, or Blessed Winds from your hand, deck, or face up in your spell and trap zone. Banish card from your graveyard, fusion summon a plant, fusion from your extra deck by banish gets materials from your hand or graveyard to field. So instantly being able to place Humid, Dried, or Blessed Winds, I believe we have all 3 of those. Helps out with the overall searchability of those cards. In generic plant, we have a Predaplant generic link deck that we kind of utilize as control. So being able to place any of those 3 seems pretty good. The fusion, I don't know if that's happening. I do not know if that's happening. Yeah, see, Humid Winds, Cross-Dimensional Duel, Blessed Winds right here. Ooh, Starry Dragon's Cycle. Target 1 fusion synchro exceeds your link monster in the field. Return that face-up monster to the extra deck. Then, based on its card type, you can special summon 1 appropriate monster from either graveyard to the field. Fusion, a monster with the same attribute. Synchro, a monster with a lower level. Exceeds, a monster with the same level as its rank. Or a link, a monster with the same type. This is really good extra deck removal. It is targeted, so there are some cards that will not be able to utilize this, but this seems really good. Like, really good? From either field to your, from either graveyard to your field? So their material or your monsters seems really good. I really like this card. I think this is something that we could definitely, and I mean definitely, utilize in our format. Ancient Gear Duel. Ancient Gear Golem, that monsters that mentioned your monsters are unaffected by opponent's activated monster effects. If your opponent controls a monster, you can fusion summon 1. Okay, this brings us Howitzer. Got it. Got it. It can make it to 3 attacks during the battle phase. Howitzer is not that great of a fusion for attacking in the battle phase, but it can burn? So that's cool. And here's the trap that I was mentioning. Ragnaraika Hunting Dance. If face up insect, plant, or reptile you control destroy by battle, cards in your graveyard. Turn banish this card, target 1 monster opponent controls, destroy it. Target cards your opponent controls the number of different monster types among link monsters you control that are insect, plant, or reptile, destroy them. So this being a searchable for insect, plant, or reptile decks, just like a destruction seems fine. I believe it will be used in some of those decks as like a generic trap that could be utilized. But maybe it's too slow. Maybe a lot of combo decks have been taking over the format, and I don't know how well Ragnaraika Hunting Dance will be utilized in those decks, but it seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Lightsworn Aegis. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so I see right here we don't have her, and we probably don't have the Lightsworn Mini Dragon, whatever, but Lightsworn Aegis. Since the graveyard, he could set it this card, target face-up card, your opponent controls when Lightsworns you control, negate their effects at the end of this turn. I like this in mill. I really like this in mill decks. We have a lot of different mill. We have a broad amount of mill that we have utilized with some tier cards, and some Shadal cards, including with Havness and Merly. Aegis adding to this with Lightsworn Chaos tier limit. Who knows? We got one. Selene Snapper. Banish up the 2 monsters to your graveyard, target that many spell traps your opponent controls, destroy them. Okay, this changes everything. I'm turning into Doug here. If this card is in your graveyard, target an insect, plant, or reptile you control, place it at the bottom of the deck, special on this card. You can't special on the rest of the turn except for insect, plant, or reptiles. I need you to understand that this turns Sun Avalon into something. And I love that. Sun Avalon, by the way, is unlimited at the moment in our format, and we can just like summon Lokai, go into Dryas, add the spell, bring out that, go for all of that, go into this, go into Selene Snapper. That does plant lock us, but if we can find a way to go through that line without plant locking, or have something to further extend, Selene Snapper, fantastic option. Oh my god. Alright, now we can go ahead and keep moving. Ancient Gear Soldier, Botanical Lion, Lightsworn Dragon, Power Planner, Crusher, Magma, Accelerator, Oracle, Cherubimi, Princess of Autumn Leaves. Yep, Felis is another option that we can utilize. Cagnaga, Rosemary, Marjoram, Rose Girl, Cursed Bride Doll. I've seen this card before in my bulk. I will take a look at it. When you draw this card, you can reveal its special summons card. At the start of the battle phase, if there are more cards in your deck than your opponent's, this card gains attack equal to the difference times 300 until the end of this turn. During the end phase, this card's the graveyard. Extend this turn, place this card at the top of your deck. I don't like what this implies, right? Because what this is, right? This forgoes a draw step and is very not great. But very, I love the flavor of this, right? It keeps coming back even if you get rid of it. It's kind of like Chucky in that way, you know, where you kind of like, you throw it in the trash, and then later it just comes back in the place that it was at before, and you draw and you go, huh! You get jump scared by it. This is such a cute, like, thematic card, but I don't know how well it's going to go ahead and go. Another Gen X, our Gen X Turing. During your opponent's main phase, if you control a Gen X, quick effect, you special summon this card from your hand, then immediately after its effect resolved, you can synchro summon one Gen X Synchro. So we have a couple, but it's going to be hard to say if we're going to utilize this. This card can be treated as a 1 or a 3 when used for synchro summon of a Gen X Synchro. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. What did I tell you? Ragnaraika Armored Lizard. Another Ragnaraika that we have access to with the Tri-type by banishing any of those, bring itself out, discard an insect, plant, or reptile. See, this is how you would get it. You would be a combo of Lokai and this card. Summon Lokai, link off, effect, add the spell, instant go into Ragnaraika Armor Lizard, bring out that, go into a link 2, and then you can go and activate the spell again. That could be a useful option. Maybe. I don't know. You can discard a plant, target a face of monster opponent controls, accept an insect, return to the hand. Okay. Yeah. Targeted bounce with a discard of insect, plant, or reptile. I like it. White Lord. We can't. With Skull Servants. King of the Soul Servant is an SR, so we can skip this mostly, but I like this. You Skull Servant, King of Skull Servant in the graveyard, send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, send cards to the top of the deck in the graveyard up to the number of Skull Servants and King Skull Servants, King of the Skull Servants in your graveyard, base card from graveyard, target Skull Servant or King of Skull Servants to your graveyard, special summon it. So the reason why I like this is because this is a good card in mill. You can play 3 copies of this card, and then like some Skull Servant cards, and just literally like send this to get like to go ahead and send more off the top. This seems interesting. That's my like big thing I could see this being utilized in. We got a little Skull Servant over here, classic Ancient Gear Tank, Aroma Garden, Dried Winds, Judgment, Aroma Healing. Gain 1,000 life points for each Aroma monster you control with a different name. Banish card from your graveyard, target an Aroma monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but banish it will leave the field, then gain 500 life points. Oh, I gotta go ahead and close out that. You can only activate, use 1 Aroma Healing effect per turn, only once that turn. And that is the end. Okay. Thoughts overall about this? Let's go ahead and talk about the cards that I think are going to be useful. Like, are you kidding me? Like, these decks having a boss monster is crazy. Samurai Beetle and Armored Lizard are to be expected. I really like how we got our Gen X Turing as well as with that the other rare our Gen X Undyne. Really nice. We have like stuff like Axel, which brings itself out, but I don't know how good it's going to be. I know a lot of people are going to try the jank stuff. Ancient Gear Howitzer, we have no fusions other than it that are rare, so it'll just bring itself back out, and it doesn't even mention Golem, so it does not mention Ancient Gear Golem from your extra deck, so you can't even use it for that. It's not great. Things we didn't get. I mean, of course, we weren't going to get Stag Sovereign. We weren't getting any of the major SRs, but we got one, and that's more than I can ask for. Come on. Come on! Why didn't you give us Variant? This is a common. If an insect or plant is in the graveyard, especially on this from your hand, control synchro material. You could like free synchro material as well for Variant. Like, I don't know. Why is invasive alien species an asset Mountus SR? Why is Cyclos a circular sprite in SR? I get why you're an SR. You were a hollow, but that's unfortunate. Us getting the trap is good. Us getting Lightsworn Aegis for Mildex is good. Us getting Haggard Lizardoids as a new generic link to be able to banish anything and turn any turn any monster equal to its original attack lower than that. Yeah, wait a minute. It makes the attack equal to activate this card's effect until the end of this turn. Okay, yeah. So that seems really good, being able to go ahead and cycle your cards from there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the selection pack, and I will well, let's look. Yeah, the legacy packs, and I will go ahead and re-record at that point. So our first match for new NR format cards is Cooling Embers in the legacy pack. If a player gains life points, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, if a player gains life points when this card's in Mantra Zone, you can make one player gain 1,000 life points. This is a good, decent extender in plant specifically, but it is a pyro monster, so who cares? That is my honest opinion about that card. In the other section, what else do we have? Is it in here? May not be in rares. We have to go ahead and take a look here. Let's take a look at N rarity. What we got? Anything new? Ooh, did I see something? Nope. I don't think we got anything new in N rarity. It might just be an SR. We always saw Sorcerer of Sebek. That is a new card. But I did not see anything else in here. Was it this guy? No. Was it this guy? No. Those being SRs is quite unfortunate. Those would be really good in here. And any new UR cards? Yep. Dandy White Lion. So with that, those are all of the new cards that we have access to in NR format. Let's go ahead and gather them all up together and tell you my overall thoughts. So here are the cards, and wow, we got a lot. Let's go over the stuff that is less impactful before we go into what I think is going to be metagame shifting. Well, or at least have a major impact on the current format. First off, we're going to go ahead and talk about the Gen X cards. Our Gen X Turing, searchable by only one card in this specific format. And unless you want to go into Cupid Pitch, which is, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to look up Gen X cards. I'm going to have to look up Gen X cards again. Our Gen X Magma searches this specifically because it adds a level 2 R Gen X monster from deck to hand. However, the only options you have for the Synchro is Yugioh Gen X and Gen X Ally Axel, which, as you can tell, Yugioh Gen X is a 6, and Gen X Ally Axel is an 8, and this only goes to a 6, and this requires an Earth attribute, so no dice there. Our Gen X Undyne, funny, but not great. Very much meant to be a part of a full combo piece that we do not have the parts of yet, so it's fine. White Lord, cool addition to Mildex, but not what I think is going to be needed, and we don't have access to King of the Skull Servants, but that could be fun later. What else we've got? I mean, the Ancient Gear cards aren't great. Tanker being able to bring out anything is good, but Ancient Gear Duel... No, I don't know if Duel's going to be played. Doesn't seem like it'd be worth it particularly. But now we have everything else, and everything else seems at least decent. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. I forgot about Cursed Bride Doll. Fun theming. Don't know if it's going to be good enough. Don't know if I like it a lot. This could have been a Legacy Pack card, if I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, no. Those are my thoughts on the bad cards, but let's go and take a look at some of the good ones. First off, the Ragnaraikas. Ragnaraika, Samurai Beetle, and Ragnaraika Armor Lizard. Fantastic options for any sort of deck that can utilize reptiles, insects, plants. The plant link pile that's been going around seems to be probably the best fit for this. Just adding these seems to be a boost for all of that. Those cards include the Predaplants and the Aromages. Those two are the main factors of that deck currently, and I think that Aroma Healing and Aroma Blend are going to be great options for that. We don't have any options for plant fusions in our format. You know what? Before I confuse that, let's go on and take a look at NR Plant Fusion and see if we have even anything we could summon. We can bring out Neospatia Twinkle Moss or Rose Spectre of Dun. So we don't have any options. Got it. But that's fine. I think utilizing its first effect is good enough to be able to place Humid, Dried, or Blessed Winds from hand or deck face up at the spell and trap zone instantly off a discard seems to be good enough for me. Aroma Healing, gain 1,000 for each aroma you control a different name, banish this target aroma in graveyard, so summon it, banish it to the field, they gain 500 life points, seems great. There's a number of aroma monsters that we want to utilize for this. Healing seems to be a good card overall. Just being able to activate it on your turn to keep yourself alive and then later bring something back for further plays seems to be pretty good. What else do we have? Oh, Hunting Dance. Like, this is crazy with both Reptiles and Ragnaraika, Selene Snapper, and Haggard Lizardoise. Really glad that we got this card. Main deck wise, Lightsworn Aegis, I feel like, is going to be a good card in mill decks. Being able to set it immediately and then have any number of Lightsworns with Fellis and Wolf being in our format, being able to negate cards on the field, like targeted negate seems crazy, especially if you set it off a mill. Love it, love it, love it. And if you just set it, it's fine. Still fine. I like it. And this card, I think, is going to drastically impact the game overall. Being able to return back any extra deck monster, and then based on its appetite, you can bring it back. It's like a Compulse with a plus, right? You could bring back any card from either graveyard with anything that has any of these particular options. I think that is going to be utilized and well received. There's a lot of monsters that are in the format that are currently a problem, and especially if I'm thinking right now, the Xyz that what was it? The Infernoble Xyz is crazy, and being able to bounce that card back, even if you're after trying to go through all the different motions and bring back any monster you want from the graveyard that's a warrior, yeah. Well, that's a level, it's rank. So any level 1 from their graveyard seems to be good enough if you want to. Seems to be really good. I think that's going to be seeing some play. Lastly, I think Haggard Lizardos is a welcome generic staple to the Link 2 pool that we have already. We have a number of Link 2s that could be utilized, and I think Haggard Lizardos is one of those monsters that is going to be welcome to it. Being able to remove yourself off the field, link anything off into those cards, and trigger their effects seems to be good enough for me. And Ragnaraika Selene Snapper, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's recursive. It's a 2600 body. Being able to bring back anything off of that, anything that you already control, place on the bottom of the deck, especially on this card, bring itself back on out. Wonderful. I legitimately think that this is going to solve a lot of different problems that we have with the format, insofar as to add new things to the meta, and being able to banish up to 2 monsters to target that many spell traps and destroy them prevents back row from being utilized as well as generically. There could be some pluses that you gain off of the stuff that you banish. I just really think this is going to be neat. I really am going to like this overall, and good work, Konami. You did good by me. If you like this kind of content and you want to go and see more kind of content of both MasterDuel and TCG in the future, please be sure to like, subscribe, let me know if you want to see in the comment section below, and I will talk to you all later. Take care, everybody. See you.